All right, let's answer the question. Are the Quinn ratcheting wrenches worth it? The Quinn is their middle brand over at Harbor Freight. They have, of course, the Pittsburgh brand on the bottom, ICON way up top, and Quinn's that kind of prosumer DIYer kind of in the middle kind of brand out there. Now, these are their standard ratcheting wrenches. They're 100 tooth, 12 point, non-reversing. Well, you flip it over to reverse it. There's no switch to reverse it. The open end is just that. It's just an open end. There's no teeth or any other kind of, fancy stuff in there. It's good. It's basic. It's chromed up pretty nice. It's a non-skip set. It's 12 pieces. Let me give you a look at the set itself there. I got it over the workbench. It's got this nice handle, carry handle on it, but if you don't want that, you can just clip off the plastic here and take that off and use the tray. It goes all the way down to 8mm here, and there's the 8mm. It's a tiny little thing. Of course, 8mm, what do you expect? And it's also got these little rails that come down to kind of lock it in place and keep it where it's supposed to be. Now, I'll be honest, that's probably not something I would use because if you're carrying this around a lot, then leave the handle on it, leave the little rails on it. But if you're going to put it in a cart or a toolbox or something, the rails snap off, the handle comes off, and you can just use it as a tray, or you can get different kind of wrench holders or something for it. But the real question is, are these going to be right for you? I think they're pretty good. They're pretty decent. Just remember, ratcheting wrenches are not pry bars, all right? If you've got a really stuck bolt, you don't want to be using a ratcheting wrench to break that, okay? Find a more appropriate tool, a breaker bar, or crowfoot, or something like that to break this off, and then reach for something like this to run it off and run it back on. So, but let's compare it, price-wise against everything else, at least over at Harbor Freight. And we're going to look at a few other things too. So here we go, $99.99. It's $100, call it what it is. Quinn 100 tooth metric ratcheting combination wrench set 12 piece. Now there's an SAE 13 piece set as well. It bumps it up $10. Now this is before coupon and everything else. And as we all know, you never buy anything at Harbor Freight unless it's on sale. You got a coupon, right? So sale prices on this, a couple times a year, they'll do a coupon. They'll knock it down $10 or $20. But now they have those 20% off, nothing excluded kind of coupons flying around, which is going to take it down to $80 anytime one of those pops up. So at $80 for a 12-piece set, good, solid, middle of the road, kind of edging towards that prosumer kind of level. And I'm going to get to that in just a minute. But let's compare it to its brothers and sisters over at Harbor Freight. We've got the ICON set. Now, I should disclose also that Harbor Freight did send me the Quinn set, and they sent me the ICON set about a year ago, or maybe 2 years ago. I've had it for a while. It's a great set. It's a fantastic set. Don't get me wrong. It's reversible. It's offset. But believe it or not, it's 72 tooth. But I love that set. And that's one of the things that when I first picked these up, I'm like, well, they're not very long, and I really like the long wrenches. Well, I'm spoiled and being a brat about it. The reality is for the average DIYer, if I'm spending my own money and I'm not a pro, I'm probably going with this set. All right. Then the other option here, if you're really on a budget, is the Pittsburgh set. Now it's ratcheting. There's skips. Again, no slip. It's 72 tooth. They're cheap wrenches, and they're under $30, $29. So that's your options. Now let's talk about what you get from a different brand. Let's talk about GearWrench. They're famous for the ratcheting wrenches. So let's take a look at them. So we see here we got a GearWrench 12-piece set. That's the same as the Quinn, coming in for $72.65. So why would you go with the GearWrench, or why would you go with the Quinn for $100? Now, to be fair, the GearWrench is on sale, but even when it's not on sale, typical price is $88.23. Let me see if I got any price tracking on this. I would say in the past, it usually sits above $80. But then it comes down, it bounces between I guess low 90s and mid 70s really. So it's all over the place in that realm. So this is kind of the lowest price, but why would you get this when you can get that for cheaper? Well, here's the deal. These are 72 tooth. That is GearWrench's entry-level line, all right? This is, do you want 100 tooth? Do you want the buttery smoothness? That's your kind of call here, all right? I'll put links to everything down below, and you can decide which one you want to get. Now, remember, Harbor Freight doesn't even pay affiliate dollars. So when you put links to Harbor Freight, it's because we believe in Harbor Freight stuff. But it's the question of, do you need 100 tooth or do you want, 70 tooth suffice? Do you want to save yourself, $72? Even the lowest price I saw on this is going to be $80. It's still going to be cheaper than this. I will say, I think the tray for the Quinn is a little bit better, but I don't know if it's that much better. But here's the deal. This is GearWrench's entry line. Now, if you want to step up to the professional line, well, that was at $246, $246.49. And it goes up from there. They even have a $360 set and stuff like that. It's 120 tooth if you want to go that far. So you could do that. But here's another option I want to talk about, and that is WorkPro. WorkPro sent us stuff in the past. They have a 7-piece, 72 tooth with the roll-up bag. It's kind of nice. Coming in at $30, and there's a 12% off coupon on that. So the question is, where do you feel the Quinn falls in that group? Is this going to be a go-to DIY to prosumer wrench? Do you think it holds its own? Kind of sitting alone with the 100 tooth there at that kind of price range. Let me know what you think. I think it's pretty good. I don't think you can really go wrong with it. If you got the budget to go for that and you want a 100 tooth, especially if you get it on sale and around that 90 to $80 range, that's a pretty good option. But you know what? I love my icons. I'm not going to give them up, but we're going to keep using these around the shop here. We're sitting up doing a bunch of prosumer testing, DIY kind of stuff. We got a bunch of toolboxes coming in. We're going to be doing a whole series on that. Be sure to check them out. If you like what we do here, why don't you go ahead and chomp the old like button, smash that subscribe, ring the bell on the way out. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.